Welcome to my new segment, Cooking for Kyle, and I'm going to show you guys some of Kyle Korver from the Chicago Bowl, some of his favorite meals. Today, we're going to start things off with his absolute favorite post-game meal. What it is it's full chicken legs right here. I'm going to cook a bunch of them so we have extra food left over for the next day. And then I'm going to grill some asparagus, and I'm going to cook some sweet potatoes. So I'll take you through the steps. It's very simple. The entire meal, the preparation is only about 25 minutes. The chicken will need to cook for a bit longer than that, but it's very simple. So we'll take you through the steps. So the first thing we want to do is get the chicken going because that takes the longest. So all I do is slice open the packaging and I grab one leg. I took foil and I made, right now I'm cooking 18 chicken legs, and so I took 18 pieces of foil like this, throw it on the foil. All I'll do is I'll put a little bit of olive oil right on the top like that, and then I'll take my AA Bersari seasoning. There's 3 colors of this. There's white, red, and black, and each one is, for different kinds of food, and it says right on the label. For chicken, I like to use the white or the red especially. You can kind of interchange them between chicken and fish. But so all I do is I put a good amount of it right there, right on the chicken leg like that. Then I take a little bit of black pepper. That's a little bit too much, but I put a little pepper right like that. And some people, I try to do pretty strict paleo, so stay away from the sugars and sweeteners. If you're not as strict with your diet, you could add a touch of raw honey or raw maple over that, and it would give it a really, really nice flavor. So as soon as I'm done, I just wrap them up like this, and then I'll throw it on this cookie sheet. And I preheat the oven to 375, and when we're cooking 18 of them, we're probably going to cook it for about 45 minutes to an hour at 375. But make sure you check on them at about 30 to 45 minutes to see how they're doing. Different ovens may vary as far as how you cook them. So as soon as I wrap up the chicken, then we're going to dive into the sweet potatoes. Alright, so now the chicken is in the oven, it's cooking, and the next thing I'm going to do is work on the asparagus and sweet potatoes. So the asparagus is super easy. All I do is take it out of the package like this, and I will cut the ends off right here, throw those away, and then I'll take it out of the rubber bands like this, and I will rinse it briefly. You can rinse it before you cut it or after, either way. And then I'll throw it in a pan just like this, okay? And so I'm gonna do 3 groups of asparagus like this, and then as soon as I cut them, what I do is I actually add a big scoop of coconut oil. So I'll put coconut oil on the top, and then I'll let it melt in the pan, okay? So I'll put coconut oil just like that, and then I'll take sea salt, and I'll put a little bit of sea salt over like that. And then I'll just grill it on the stove, probably 10 to 12 minutes. You just want to keep an eye on it. Sometimes longer, sometimes you can cook it slower and longer, more like 20 minutes. To your preference. It's really easy. Just wait until it's the texture that you like. I prefer it softer, so I like to cook it longer and slower. Some people still like it a little bit crunchy. That's the asparagus. Next, we're going to show you the sweet potatoes. So the final preparation piece to this meal is the red jewel yams. I mentioned sweet potatoes. A lot of people use those words interchangeably, but these are technically yams right here. So what I'm going to do is I just kind of scrub them under water like this. Just clean them a little bit. Soften them up slightly. Get a little moisture in there. And then just slice off both of the ends real quick. And then I'm going to make real small little pieces like this. And you can cook these on the grill or in a pan. I prefer to cook them in a pan. As soon as I cut them, I throw them right in here, this big pan. And after I have them all cut up in the pan, I'll take 3 scoops of coconut oil, and again I'll cook these in coconut oil. You can see I use a lot of coconut oil, but there's going to be a lot of yams in there. Coconut oil is a great thing to use for cooking. I use it in a ton of recipes. I think you'll really enjoy it, and there's a ton of health benefits. So, and I also want to clarify that I prepared the asparagus, but I'm going to actually wait to turn that on the oven until The yams have been cooking for about 10 or 15 minutes. The yams probably take about 20 minutes to cook this way, but it's a way quicker than cooking them in the oven, and it just tastes good too with the coconut oil. So we'll be right back with the finished product. Alright guys, here we are with the finished product. We have our chicken, grilled asparagus and coconut oil with the touch of sea salt, and we have our red jewel yams. So again, very easy recipe. It's not that hard to prepare. The chicken takes a little bit of time to cook, but it's super easy. Anybody can do it. I made a bunch, and so I actually have 6 other meals that are in containers that are prepared in the kitchen. So there you have it, our first meal in our series of cooking for Kyle. I'll bring you more recipes in the near future. And also, if you like this shirt I'm wearing, I want you to go check out Sear Outfitters. Kyle has a clothing line, and all proceeds from his t-shirt company actually go to fund his foundation. His foundation is doing amazing things with underprivileged youth and with handicapped children in Salt Lake City. So check it out, buy a shirt, and I'll be back next week with more recipes for you in cooking for Kyle.